Hey guys, I'm actually here again to do my updated version of my thumbs up, thumbs down wrap up video for February. So let's get started before I babble again. I read a graphic novel for Graphic Novel Week, which was hosted by Misty the Book Rat Siren, and this one is Sense and Sexuality, and it is by Yu Higashino. And this was kind of about two old friends who sort of had this bet going on who could get a man, who could sleep with a man first, and things like that, until one of them confesses that he has loved him and loves him and has only really just wants him. And it's really cute, sort of. It's not so much cute, but how do I say it wasn't really, it was graphic, but not too like graphic in every scene. This is obviously emotionally sensitive. That would be the perfect word. But it wasn't too graphic in sex. But this is a 18 and older book, so this is probably an adult graphic novel. I really like the artwork. I'll try and find a page where there's not graphic things. I really like the artwork in it, which for me, when I'm reading a graphic novel, I really have to like the artwork. So I really enjoyed that one. I won't go too much into detail about this. I have my review up, but I read Confessions of a Shopaholic. Also, thumbs up for that alone. Also, thumbs up for this one. I have a review on my blog. I have a review on Brewing the Teabags channel. I have a giveaway up on my blog right now to win a copy of this book, so check it out. Love this book, loved it. Never 18 by Megan Bostick, which is a kind of I gave it 3 stars. I was looking forward to this. Very excited to get my hands on it. Love the cover. It's got a piece of cat hair on it. Love it. It was a really short read. It took me, I think, a day and a little bit to read. But the main character, despite what he was going through, to me just felt like an asshole, and I would have liked to see more character development. I did enjoy reading the book. I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed it after I learned that it wasn't going to be a typical road trip book. This is not your typical I'm going to course across the country road trip book. It's quite different, and I just think that it had promise, but it didn't live up to what I expected of it, and that's just me. But I really enjoyed some parts of it. Living Dead Girl by Elizabeth Scott, thumbs up. If you can hear cracking, that's just my partner cracking eggs. I absolutely effing love this book to death. I read it in a day, which is insane for me. I guess it's not too insane because like some of the chapters and stuff were like a page long, for instance, like that. But I could not stop reading it. I really could not, and it hasn't happened in a long time. I just had to keep reading it. It is about a girl who was kidnapped, and she lives with her kidnapper, and how he treats her, his past. It kind of reminded me a tiny bit of the Lovely Bones movie in some respects. I think more so when you find out about the guy's past in some ways. And it was kind of creeping me out because I actually felt like I could kind of feel sorry for the guy, like if his mother treated him like that. But after a while, it was brutal. I recommended this to a friend and she loved it as well. So if you have your hands on this book, or if you are wanting to read it, definitely pick it up. It is so worth bumping up in your to be read pile to just check it out. It's brilliant. If you're a fast reader, you should probably get through it in a couple of sittings or one sitting. Thumbs up. That was by Elizabeth Scott. Then I read Paper Covers Rock by Jenny Hubbard, which I think I gave a 5 star, so thumbs up. This book reminded me a lot of, had a lot of flair to it, like the Dead Poets Society. It was very different, structured very differently. The main character was not so much melancholy, but he was a little bit depressed, I guess you could say, but given the circumstances, that was fully understandable. I really liked I like the mystery to the novel. I like the character development. I like the way that his character was shown through journal entries, poetry, and you really just don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know, it kind of had a whole, I wouldn't say Catcher in the Rye because I haven't read that book, but it has, so, I don't know, sometimes I thought maybe he could be betraying the reader's trust in some senses. I don't know, that's just the feeling I got, so I would definitely recommend checking out this book. I want to thank Richard Denny for recommending this book, because I really enjoyed it. It's another short one, a contemporary read, and definitely worth the time to pick up. Then I read my one, sorry, I've got bacon in my mouth. The copy that I won of the contest for the art copy of Chopsticks by Jessica Anthony and Rodrigo Corral. I love this book. I got through it in an hour, and it isn't hard considering it's told in pictures and things like that, but one of the most enjoyable hours I have ever spent reading a book. Thumbs up. The story had me guessing, it really did, and at the end I was like, holy crap. Really? Like, that was just, and it leaves the reader to interpretation about how that works out. And I love the pictures, I love the story that goes with it. It's just fantastic. I was so scared about reading this because I didn't know how I was going to rate it or review it, because it's not a the kind of book that I would generally pick up, but it was definitely worth every second. I'm just putting the books in the pile. I also I read Normal Gets You Nowhere by Kelly Catrone, and that was an interesting book. I felt that it kind of went, I think I gave it like 3 or something, so it's kind of like there. But it kind of went off the rails a little bit, in the respect that I think she was blabbering on for a little bit. Some parts I really resonated with, other parts I thought that, I like her personality. I like that she's brash and honest and, snarky, and she tells it how it is. But some parts of it just got too heavily spiritual in a way that I just don't like that much. Other times it was a bit rambling on, and yeah. But if you're a fan of her, or if you're interested in reading the book, definitely go pick it up. It's worth a read, but I wouldn't rave about it. I also read The Last Rising and The Last Awakening, which is the first and the second book in the Curse of the Phoenix series by Rachel Firozak. I have a contest going right now on my blog if you would like to check it out. I think it's got about 8 hours on it, and that is for the first book in ebook format. I love this series. The first book got 5 stars, freaking awesome. The second book got a 3.5 stars, so it's kind of like this, kind of like a gun. I'm currently reading the third and final installment of this book, and did I say the third? I love it. I really do. It's one of those series that just makes me love the adult genre of it's a kind of urban fantasy romance sort of thing, sort of series, and it has mythology in it, light mythology and romance, and her first chapters are like freaking amazing. I love her first chapters. Her first chapters are just what I look forward to the most. I can just sit there and envision it, and it's so powerful and emotional, and because of course phoenixes are reborn, so you get to learn about that and how they go through it, and Rachel's take on the whole Phoenix side is brilliant. I think if you haven't read the first book, which is The Last Rising, then I don't know what you're missing out on, but it's like, I don't know why, but it's $3 on Amazon. It might be more now, but it was $3 when I bought it. Definitely worth every freaking cent that you spent on it. And lastly, I also read Paranormal Pleasures, which is an erotic ebook anthology full of stories about witches, ghosts, paranormal stuff like that, and with an erotic twinge to it. This would appeal to people who like LGBT themes, because it does not just focus on straight romantic elements or sexual elements. It focuses on bisexual, lesbian, so it's a little bit of everything for everyone. You can pick and choose which one you really feel like reading. I really like the stories behind each story. I think they could certainly be developed into novellas. One of the aspects that I loved about this anthology so much was that the stories were so brilliant. Like, I just wanted more. I wanted more of the actual story. Sometimes the sex was a little bit too plain for me to be reading about. It was just a bit monotonous after a while, but definitely worth checking out. I think it's about $5 on Kindle, and that was by Roxanne Rhodes, I think. Pretty sure, but I have it up on my blog, so you can check it out there. So I think that was a sort of middle thumbs up, thumbs down. So that is all the books that I have read. I mentioned I'm reading The Last Beginning, which is the third book rather. I'm reading that right now. I'm about 30% in. I'm so glad to be starting to read again. And I'm also reading Halflings, so but Heather Birch, so I shall be reading that. And sorry if my voice is trailing a bit. I'm just starting to lose my voice. So on to March, I guess. Look forward to hearing about your journeys in March, your to be read piles. I'm super excited about starting to watch those. I love those videos so much. And yeah, thank you guys for your support, and check out my 2 contests for Last Rising by Rachel Firazak and Confessions of a Shopaholic in paperback format. Bye guys.